Guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, you remember last week when I got that new technology from John Deere, 2-star Fire 7000s, 2 G5 universal displays? Well, we're gonna set up the 3 older tractors today that aren't compatible with the new technology right now, but it soon will be. I've got Isaac here from John Deere. Nice to meet Isaac. And Jared, he's outside right now. They're putting on a steering wheel system. This I'll be cutting hay with. Jared here from Tri-County. How much is it to set this tractor up?
Anywhere between $4 and $5 grand.
4 and 5 grand. It's a lot cheaper than buying a new tractor.
Yeah.
And this is a 1998, so 26-year-old tractor to be able to let this new technology go to work. So basically, for him to get this thing to be integrated for full GPS, it's replacing the steering wheel and running a wiring harness, and she'll be good to go. We'll mount the globe up on top, and the display will go somewhere down here, Isaac? Yep. So this being our hay cutting tractor, Dad got this Canadian auction find probably close to 10 years ago. 7,000 hours on it at the time, but we're still running strong. This thing snorts. We run at full throttle on that big disc bind, and pretty soon you'll be pushing a button once you get them fields lined up, and it'll give me time to run my drone.
Yeah, so this bracket will just go right across the center of the tractor, and this is what the receiver will hook to. It has a mounting plate on it, and it just will sit right there.
Okay. Running the wiring harness. Here's the bracket for the G5 display. Auto Track Universal 300. Wiring harness going under the mat.
What will they come up with next, you know?
Isaac's getting ready to mount the Starfire roof globe, and Dad's waxing the tractor. Well, there's the boxes for the ATU 300s on the 7610. That's about $5,000 to get that to convert to the new Starfire 7000 RTK. Mark's grabbing the 8400. 1 down, 2 to go. Be a tight fit. And she's in. Isaac's already in there trying to pull the steering wheel off. This ATU kit on this tractor, because the harness is a little different, it's only about $4,500 to adapt this to the new Starfire technology. It's equipment and install from John Deere Tech. This tractor here we've had for over 20 years. It was a big purchase in the early 2000s. This is our main corn planting tractor. Dad used to disc and do field work with it till we got a 9400, and then now we got the 9560R. And she's just on light duty planting and chopping, pulling that pull type John Deere chopper, 3975, and she just screams. We're leaving this mower tractor out with the new ETU put on it because it had a problem starting. We're gonna check these batteries over. I think they're been in since we've gotten it from Canada, so we're gonna check that over. But getting this advanced technology to fit this tractor, this is mainly because this would be for a plus for us. It's not really a necessity on a mowing tractor, but it's going to be very nice. A couple guys commented on that last video when I showed you getting the Starfire 7000 that once you get these units set up, it's a lot easier on you when you're going up and back and cutting hay. you're not as wore out at the end of the day, someone said, and I can see that because you're not constantly going to be looking back, and you're going to be able to set it and go. Now putting it on this planting tractor, it's a lot more important than I'd say that, but it's going to be convenience. But when he's running them turn rows, there's not going to be big gaps. Have you seen some of my drone footages? There was some gaps between those 16-row planter from using them markers. Well, with this technology, you won't be even using any markers anymore on the planter, and hopefully we can cut down on the extra width between the planters. Steering wheel's already put on. Isaac's in here and rolling. Auto Track Universal 300. G5 display bracket. Currently finding a spot for it. And this is what that new G5 Universal display looks like. Came packed in here with a bunch of foam, but that is the biggest, latest, and greatest screen that they have. And that's what he's looking to. We got to be able to mount that in there. Onto the wiring harness. Look at that thing. John Deere parts, boxes. So this one will be set up, and then you just put the roof mount on.
Yep.
And she'll be done.
Yep.
Well, we're gaining time now. All right, well, Isaac's finishing this John Deere up, ATU setup. I'm going to give you a rundown on these cars real quick. This is Dad's 1933 Plymouth street rod. This was something that he got together. He's still finishing it. The interior is pretty much done, but he's doing some wiring, and that's a pretty snazzy steering wheel. All aluminum, 440 punched out with a blower on it. So how do you guys like this? This is what he likes to do in his spare time. This is a mean machine. And he's just got an old 1960 Ford custom cab. She's dusty, but that's tubbed out. Look at the big tub on that. So that's what goes on in here most winters. We've actually thought about extending onto this shop that way towards the east, because that's the biggest tractor we can get in here. We can get a 7830 in here, but the combine will not fit in here, or the 9R. So we're thinking about blowing that wall out and going up about 4 feet. But that's just another thing. A lot of other things I want to do. I want to put up a shed to put all our hay in and our straw bales in. So there's constantly things to be done. Then my little brother's working on this little lug bug, and that's my old truck. I gave it to him. He's gonna put that in the demolition derby. Back to the John Deeres. All that's left is the roof bracket. We'll head in here. Don't mind this. We're gonna have to put a seat cover on there. So there's your steering, ATU, auto button here, and here's your bracket. This is where your display is gonna go. Yeah, the upper headliner is real good in this tractor, and this piece is good. Nice old tractor. About 4,500 hours on this. Installing the roof mount, and then she's out of here. Back with our final ATU install, John Deere 7830 beam planting tractor. See if she fits. This ATU, just the steering wheel. This came with a lot of the harnesses, so this install is going to be a lot quicker than the other two ones. This one's an 05, so it's hard to believe this 7830 is almost 20 years old already, and those two were 26 years old. He's trying to make sure he fits and doesn't damage anything. See, this tractor came equipped with brake lights. And he's in.
It'll go right there, and then your hookups.
Oh, so it ain't like the old school
No,
across the side.
this one's all integrated in. It's just plug and play basically.
Yeah, plug and play. Going in for the steering wheel removal. This is a 205 horse, also running on a grain cart. This has a factory buddy seat. Thinking about putting one in that mower tractor, that 7600. Me and the Grant man will be in here cutting hay. Show him how to do it. He'll be the first guy to cut hay. Get him on YouTube at 3 years old. Wouldn't that be something? Auto steer. Easy does it. There she goes. Out with the old, I can take that.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then here's the ATU.
Basically, it counteracts the motor from moving. So it,
This was here.
yeah, it'll set on here. Go right here, but what it does is holds it so then the motor doesn't move, the steering wheel just does.
Okay. Steering wheel's going on. I stand corrected. I said this was an 05, but it's really an 07. One of our actually nicer tractors, but this comes equipped. It's got the harness already built in, like he was saying earlier. The globe's gonna go there, and it's gonna, this harness will plug in right there on your corner mount. Jared just pulled this up on this John Deere 2007 model. Thank you for correcting me. Ran that harness in behind there. Yep. And it just ties in. Okay. Put it back together. Okay, now Isaac's requesting the G5 universal display. He's gonna mount it in this tractor because this is the first tractor we're going to be using with this technology. We're going to hook it to our bean drill hay seeder and seed down a hay field probably the end of the month. G5 universal display getting mounted. So your bean planter, grain cart tractor is officially set up. And that's going to be nice for when we got our John Deere 455 grain drill we plant our soybeans with. We won't, it'll be nice because you're not gonna have to use them markers. The markers, they get ripped off, and now it's all gonna be electronic. Heading out back, we gotta put the modems in the combine and the 9560R. Take this down, modems, and then we're gonna actually hook up the Starfire on the 9560 and put the display in it. Heading in the combine, got a tight fit here. Now these modems we're putting in here are so we can transfer the yield data back to command center. So we'll have one in here. That's the biggest or the best place to put it is in your combine. And that modem plugs in behind the seat here.
Just unplug this.
It's already plugged in and it sits right underneath there. Okay, combine set. Now we've got two G5 universal displays and two Starfire 7000s that are going to run the RTK. So we're not going to put the monitor. We're going to be swapping the two monitors and two globes between 5 different pieces. So we're not putting it in the combine. This will be last. That'll be third. First is going to be that 7830, and we're going this 9560R. We're going to be setting that one up. That's our tillage, and then our hay seeding tractor. And once we get done, then the third one will be in this 8400. This will be for planting corn. So it's going to be a little bit of swapping around, but it's going to be worth it. There's a bunch of chopper wagons and the 9560R. Open this door up a little bit and we'll see more. There you go. Receiver first. Oh, look at that thing. Just clips right on there.
Yep. Clips right on there and
Look at that. Plugs right in. Like she was made for it. Hey, Isaac, yep. She was made for it.
Yep.
Here's the modem. Hand that up. There's the G5 universal display. He's gonna clip that modem and those go in real easy. Modem plugs in behind the seat. Yep, he knows that stuff just pops right out now. Okay, so the Starfire globe is attached, Starfire 7000. The modem is in behind the seat, and now Isaac is putting in the bracket for the G5 universal display. Display mounted and getting wired in right now. Just like that, in a matter of 5-6 minutes, our tillage tractor is now set for RTK, Deere's latest technology capabilities. Back around front, Isaac had to run, but I see Jared's back, and he ended up putting the Starfire 7000 mounted on this soybean planting tractor. This is going to be our hay seeding tractor. So he's giving Mark a rundown right now on the display. I've got to head out there, get them cows locked in, get ready to feed and start milking. But I want to thank Jared for coming out, and Isaac from Tri-County Equipment, John Deere up in Marlette. To set this tractor up, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but since this is a 30 series, if any of you guys are interested in 30 series to run the Deere's latest new technology, it costs about $3,000 to set up this one. And them older units were like $5,000, $4,500 each. But a 30 series is only about $3,000. Just thought I'd let you know that. Feeder's running, filling these bunks up. The shorter one's full, and I'm finishing up with this big bunk. The cows you're seeing right now have already been milked. These are your really, really good cows. They're refueling up. I'll show you the cows I got locked in, and I got a couple other things I want to show you that transpired this morning. Here's your holding area. They're locked in and they're going in. Now number 7's taking a poop right there. There's your young bull chewing his cud, relaxing. Again, nice breeze, kind of warmed up. This cow here is 12 years old. I don't know if you remember this 105. She's had 10 calves. Speaking of calves, I had one calf last night. They milked her last night, let her out. This morning when I was locking them in, my brother Greg and I milked this morning. This cow had a touch of milk fever. She was coming around these free stalls really wobbly. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got her, spotted her, sifted her through, ran her in here. Time I got done milking, she was laying down right there, could not get up. I gave her 2 IVs, one calcium gluconate, and she was sprawled with her head. I barely even had to tie her nose off, and I just stuck it right in her milk vein. It was all I could do. Calcium gluconate. And then I gave her a bottle of dextrose. That's basically sugar water. That'll help hydrate her. So we've had her in this pen all day. 20 minutes after that, she had gotten up. Lonnie's got hay in there and water for her. We're going to leave her in here through the night, and then we'll walk her around to get milked in the morning. But we saved yet another one. And I was telling you, speaking of calves, she quietly has had 7 calves. I told Lonnie that. Cannot believe she's already had 7. But time flies when you're having fun. And last but not least, Lonnie ran a heifer in here. We both did after getting that 7600 integrated, and she in fact calved. I'm gonna try to get a closer shot. She's nursing. Looks like the heifer hasn't quite cleaned yet. There's a good shot of her broadside. Beautiful looking calf. Yep, that's a first calf heifer. Looks like the afterbirth's about to drop out, so we're good there. She's got a heck of a suck on that teat right there. That's a good sign, guys. We've got her in here, hay and water, and we'll let her sit together all night, mom and baby, nursing. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm not gonna jump in there to find out what it is. From this angle, it looks like it's a heifer. I don't see anything hanging, but I can't be 100%. So we're gonna let them be. Very calm heifer. We've been breaking her in for about a week now in the parlor, so that's a good deal right there. Got the free choice round bale out here for them. That's gonna do it for the video, guys. I hope you like the ATU 300 install on 3 different pieces. I hope you're excited as I am to see them babies in action and see how we can plant them fields and work them fields with very little overlap. That's the key, and very thankful for the sponsorship with John Deere. More to come. Take care. Saved the cow this morning. Had another baby calf this morning. These cows are fired up. Weather's pretty mild. See you in the next one. God bless.